Hey, everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to PHLY Flyers, presented by your local Ford store and Bet365. My name is Bill Matz. I'm your director of fun and games for the evening. We are live in the Xfinity studio, and with me today, it's the fly-by herself, Kelly Hinkle. You are still the fly-by, right? I see your name on it most days.
Most days, yeah. Sometimes Maddie picks it up for me because I'm lazy, but for the most part, I try to do something around there.
We actually have a bunch of fun stuff to get to. There was a trade. It's a major deal. There was a trade made. We'll talk about it. But I have a couple of things I want to tell you about. First, as I've been saying all week, it is Big Brothers Big Sisters month here at PHLY. All across the All City Network, we are raising money. That's right. Your hard-earned cash. We want it. We're not just keeping it. It's going to the Big Brothers Big Sisters. Right. We're raising money for them, which we have a goal of $50K here at All City. I think we can blow that away just with PHLY and leave all of our sister networks in the dust. Quite honestly, all you got to do to donate, you're all so very generous with your super chats every show. You see right in the chat box, right below it, there's a little donate icon. Click that. Just the money you're going to spend on super chats, give it to Big Brothers Big Sisters this week. We would really appreciate it. It would be awesome. Speaking of supporting great causes, this is money we are keeping for ourselves. We are launching the Supporters Club. What is the Supporters Club, Bill? Well, we're launching the Supporters Club for people to support PHLY directly. All you have to do is sign up on our YouTube channel, and all you have to do is sign up on our YouTube channel page for $5 a month. You get a badge next to your name in the live chat and comments. The badge updates over time. So if you want to be on the ground floor of this, you get in right now. It's a badge of honor as you support PHLY. You join now and you can become one of the first with the long tenure badges. You can access custom emojis to use in the chat and comments. We start with 4 emojis and unlock more. As members join, fans can pitch emoji ideas based on show bits, phrases, all the little inside jokes we have. And you can join the Hall of Fame tier for $15 a month to unlock bonus content, including behind-the-scenes vlogs, experimental content, and much more. Are we going to show feed on this? Is that what we're doing? Experimental content? We are charging people now. Anyway,
I'm not sure.
Think of it as a fun way to support PHLY. It's not a paywall or essential content, just a little something extra for you. If you already send super chats, this is a great next step. $5 for the month, $15 for the premium content. I mean, you're spending more than that in super chats anyway. We appreciate all the people who support us, keep us going, and we're trying to bring you a little further into this community, get a little behind the scenes stuff going, make you feel a little bit more of a part of it. So check that out as well. All right, Hanks.
Yep.
I really wanted to talk about just the Eagles today, but we have some stuff to talk about, so we can get to that in a little bit because we have a trade. That's right. Major deal.
Big, huge deal.
The Flyers have traded J.R. Avon to Seattle for Robert Tuckerson. No, it's Tucker Robertson.
Not anymore.
It's Tucker Robertson. I was thinking about that the other day when all the Dale Weiss stuff was happening and how I refused to call him his real name. I called him Dale Weiss. Yeah. I was like, he can score a goal and I'll start calling him by the real name because we were professionals. But yeah, the Flyers made a little bit of an AHL trade here. We see J.R. Avon, who was kind of, I feel like, a fan favorite. People were rooting for him. He was an undrafted development camp invite in 2021. He earned an ELC, put up 18 points in his rookie year with the Phantoms. It's like, all right, maybe there's a little something here. He followed it up last season with 17 points in his sophomore campaign, so maybe not on the developmental path they were hoping for. They get Tucker Robertson, who was a 4th-round pick in 2022, so they get a little younger. He's 5'10", 190. He had some pretty good scoring numbers in the OHL. He put up a ton of goals there, but it really hasn't translated in his pro career yet, as I was reading on BroadStreetHockey.com today.
Oh, I've heard
Thomas Williams wrote a story about it. But you see, with Peterborough, he had a 41-goal season in 68 games, a 90-point season, and since turning pro, hasn't really gone his way.
Yeah.
Even spent some time in the ECHL a couple of years ago. But it's a minor roster move.
Right.
It's something, I guess Danny woke up kind of bored today, and here we are. Tucker Robertson, a new member of the organization.
I was going to say, I think Danny came back from the cottage. He was like, all right, it's Birds Day. I got to do something.
Yeah, got to steal the headlines.
To make the Flyers pay attention to anything. Honestly, the biggest thing about this trade is that I learned that J.R. Avon's name is John Randall.
John Randall, yeah.
Who knew?
I feel like I saw that before and
I
just did not commit that.
Literally no idea what his name was.
Did not commit that to memory at all. But I guess maybe there's a little bit of upside there with the scoring he had in the OHL. But a few years pro, it hasn't really gone his way. So
honestly, I mean, there must be something that they see in Robert Tuckerson that maybe they think they might get a little reclamation project out of him or something. It's
a little center depth, someone who's better than J.R. Avon.
Right,
perhaps.
it's like a 95% AHL move, so it's like, all right, cool. We'll see what he is.
He's never played in the NHL to this point, nor has J.R. Avon, but I was just a little surprised because Avon's one of those names we've come to know. Like, he's kind of been a staple of the Phantoms the last couple of years, and now he's out the door, so it's all right. Maybe just turning over the organization a bit. There's a new coach. Perhaps this player plays a style more fitting of what John Snowden wants of them. That's the only explanation I can think of. It kind of seems like a little bit of a deal, but
it is.
They did something. There was a freaking trade.
Yes.
There hasn't been action in about 2 months, and so we are celebrating it here.
Something happened
on the Flyers show, in which we are both wearing Eagle shirts.
It's Birds Day.
If nothing else, this signifies, Kelly, the season's actually upon us.
It's true.
Like, the GMs are back in their offices. They've turned their phones back on.
Yep.
It's been on Do Not Disturb for 2 months. And now there's actually something going on. So it's a couple of days before rookie camp starts, they have made a minor move, but a move nonetheless. If you're looking to make a move, maybe it's to become a diehard. Maybe you want to become a diehard. Well, now is the time. You're running out of time to take advantage of the $36 deal. $36 for the year. The football club special. You get the Bird Gang football club shirt. As soon as you sign up, shirt's yours. Simple as that. You get all the benefits of being a diehard. I tell you about them all the time. Why? Because they're really great. Access to all of our premium content. We have an all-star roster of writers here at PHLY. You get all of their work. You get access to the Discord, and the Discord is constantly popping. I can't keep up with the Flyers Discord. Charlie and Kelly spend more time in there than I do.
I don't. Charlie does.
I thought you did. I thought you were in the Discord for a while.
But
it's so fast.
I can't. You go away for 5 seconds, you come back, there's 700 unread messages about a trade that happened in 1997, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening here.
If you are constantly looking for people to nerd out about hockey with, guess what? This is for you, just for the Discord access, but you get all the other stuff, discount on merch and events. It is well worth the $36, especially right now. Kickoff of the Eagles season tonight. Flyers and Sixers around the corner. Phillies playoffs coming up in less than a month. Now's the time to get all the best coverage in Philadelphia. Become a diehard. $36. Scan that thing right there, the QR code. Yeah, QR code. And that's that.
Nicely done.
All right, Kelly. So we did a little. Did you notice this on the socials this week? A 1 to 99 best player in the city for each number.
I did.
There are some issues here, and while I have been busting Jamie's balls about it because it's fun, Jamie Lynch does a great job. There were some misses. I will say, I will fall on the sword a little bit here. He did send me the list and tell me to look over it. And I kind of gave it a once over. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I know who you missed.
And yeah, this is what I want to talk about, though, because listen, you don't have to be the biggest Flyers fan in the world to nail this one. Number 18 goes to a Flyer. All right, that works. Cool. It's not Mike Richards. It's Dale Hawerchuk. Now, Kelly, Dale Hawerchuk is a Hall of Famer.
Sure.
He won the Calder Trophy in '82. He played almost 1,200 regular season games.
Yeah.
67 of them, the final 67 of them, came as a Flyer in 1996 and 1997. 54 of his 1,400 points came in orange and black. Jamie, come on, man. Now, I will take some of the blame here. But it's Mike Richards. He was the captain of the team that came back from 3-0.
Chalk pick.
He was the captain of this team for 3 years. He went to a Stanley Cup as the captain. 453 games as a Flyer, 50th most ever. 23 shorthanded goals as a Flyer. Only Howe, Poulin, Barber, and Clark had more. 349 points, 26th all time.
One at every single level.
What are we doing here? I am very glad that Jamie recognized Bernie Parent over Jalen Hurts. While Jalen may take the mantle one day, Bernie backstopped 2 champions, was the Conn Smythe winner in both, and was the Vezina winner both of those years. So he's the most decorated ever.
Jalen needs a second one.
Jalen's on his way.
Yeah.
He's not quite there yet. He's not quite as decorated. He doesn't have the MVPs. He does have the 1 Super Bowl MVP. He might surpass him, but I'm glad he chose Bernie. But Mike Richards, man, come on.
People don't respect Mike Richards, and it continues to annoy. I just don't. I don't know, man. Maybe is it just us? Like, are we the only ones?
Are we the only ones left?
Do we just assume that everyone is like
everyone just thinks this?
Nah, it can't be that.
That can't be right.
No.
I mean, he was the ultimate Flyer. Like, luckily, they basically directly replaced him with Wayne Simmons, who was like, oh yeah, he's exactly that as well.
Yeah.
But like Mike Richards, they drafted him and people went, next Bobby Clark. Now that was insane. Bobby Clark, one of maybe the most underrated players ever. But his leadership, the way he played the game, he was a Flyer. He was the face of that organization.
Yes.
And we went with Dale Hawerchuk?
What do we think of the rest of the Flyers on this list?
The rest of the Flyers, so Briere gets 48, Hextall and Giroux back-to-back, 27, 28.
Those
That's
are fine.
good.
We got Desjardins down there.
Yeah, so number 8, your guy, our guy, Mark Recchi. I'll accept it. He was really good.
I don't know who else played at who wore number 8 for the other sports.
I'd really have to think about who was number 8 anywhere else. Barber, of course, Parent, yup. Yager at 68. I'm always happy to see a Flyer, and especially in that sea of green there. Seriously. But he spent 1 year here. And Jordan Mailata wears number 68.
Oh.
He's really, really good. He just, best offensive line in football, just with the Super Bowl. I don't know.
It's another Hawerchuk situation where it's like, yeah, Yager's a legend, but like,
is he here?
Not
maybe
here.
Just like that. Can you make the argument that that number is so synonymous with him?
That's true.
Like 68
It
Yager,
is like 88, 99.
A casual sports fan knows 68 Yager,
That's
I would say.
That's a fair point.
Maybe not a casual, but a little bit more than casual sports fan knows 68 Yager. He was a pop culture guy. I think that's famous. I think that's a big deal.
Is 97 Roenick?
97 is Roenick. 93
boy.
is Jake. 88 Lindros. All right. Coffee, 77. Again, maybe just kind of synonymous. Also, who
else wore
There's
77?
only so many sports where you're like, no one in basketball is wearing 77.
No.
I guess Luka does, but like that's not here. It's an odd basketball number. Okay, I'll take Coffee. Tippett at 74.
It's just did no one else ever wear 74?
There
must not be another 74.
It's a shame because you and I are like Owen Tippett supporters, or were. Like,
listen, I want him to be better. I get mad at him because he disappoints me.
And 22, who was 22? Is that Knuble? Did we miss 22? I can't see. Okay. Oh, Tocchet. Yeah, of course. Rick Tocchet.
See, I always think of Tocchet as 90. I don't know why I think 92.
Because that's like Rick Tocchet played in the late 80s, early 90s as 22.
Yeah.
92 was when he came back.
Yeah.
That's when I saw him.
That's when we were.
Yeah. Okay. 22. That makes a ton of sense. I am fine with that.
Yes.
But yeah, Jamie did a decent job.
Listen, anytime you do one of these lists, like you're just setting yourself up for people yelling at you. So like he did a fine job.
That's what I told him. I went into his office today. I was like, James, I'm going to have to call you out on the show today, but I love you. He was like, dude, I've lost sleep over this list. It's not that big a deal. It really doesn't matter that much. It was gone in a day, but a day later I found time to make fun of him for it.
The only thing worse is a ranked list. A ranked list will really get people yelling at you.
This time of year, we are trying our best. There's only baseball going on. Football's coming back tonight. Thank God. There's something, at least for one of our shows, to talk about. We're 50%. Half of our shows are in season.
Trade.
Yeah, we did have this mega trade. But yeah, I wanted to bring this up with you yesterday because maybe we are just the last 2 Mike Richards truthers out there.
I refuse to believe it.
Because like Charlie always says, if I could have the time machine, I would keep that team together one more year.
Yeah.
Like they were in the President's Trophy race until the last month of the season. everyone hated each other. Maybe you just go away for the summer and come back and figure it out. He would keep Bob, but let the other guys go. He's a huge Jake fan. He's a huge Coots fan. I get it. You and I think are on the same page. Give it one more season.
At least
let it happen. And it didn't. And so maybe people are a little sour about Richards these days. I feel like it's one of those forgive and forget situations. Like, all right, man.
I mean, I can't be mad at him.
I could be a little upset. Like, after that Bruins series where the team clearly quit and got swept.
Yeah.
I was upset with Mike Richards.
Okay.
I just didn't think I didn't think he and Carter were handling things maturely, which makes sense because they were immature children. Like,
yes.
Of course they were immature. They were kids.
Yeah.
I am able to see that now, but
at the time, right?
In 2011, I was just in college mad. Like that was, I was just
your job at the time.
Yeah, like writing for Bleacher Report, getting mad about stuff. But now, I'm like, yeah, Mike Richards is one of my 3 favorite Flyers ever, probably. And to exclude him from this list, Jamie, I know you can hear me. You're on the other side of that wall. I know you can hear me. We are both very upset about it.
I've never been more angry in my life.
But who doesn't love a great list?
Lists are great.
We were talking, like, sometimes you fail upwards. Our best engagement day was this thing. And a lot of it was people just like, how'd you miss this? It's like, because it's 99 numbers. I forgot a couple. But it actually worked out for the better. You don't want a good list. What's the point of a good list? Oh, everyone agrees. Cool. You move on.
That doesn't exist.
That's what the summer's for.
You can't. People don't agree on anything.
No, it's never once happened. No. All right. I got to tell you about something that is happening now. That was bad transition.
That was great.
But March 17th to the 22nd, we're going to Anaheim, baby. Philly Sports Trips is sending us out west from the 17th to the 22nd of March. We are going to Anaheim to see a Ducks game. We're going to LA to see a Kings game. Speaking of Mike Richards, we are going to have a watch party for that San Jose game, and John LeClaire is coming with us.
Sick.
Kelly's going, Bill's going, Charlie's going, Bryn is going. You don't want to be excluded. You want to get in on this trip. I was talking to someone on Blue Sky the other day. He was like, man, it's just everything is, I'm really trying to talk myself out of buying this thing I can't afford, but I want to go. And I told him, you know what I say about savings? Saving schmavings.
Exactly. Future you can save.
Yeah, this is why we get all the financial app reads, and mine are personalized by saying I'm an idiot.
There's an exclusive.
But if you can afford it, you should go.
Yeah, exclusive meet and greet with Brenna. You don't want to miss that.
I think she has the highest approval rating of anyone on the show.
Why wouldn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she's the only one working really in this entire room right now. But yeah, come on out. Philly Sports Trips. They put on a hell of a party. They throw a hell of a trip. We went to Montreal with them last year. It was awesome. This is going to be even better. John LeClaire's going to be there. What else could you possibly...
John LeClaire is such a sick get.
It's
so good.
We were like talking about this trip and like throwing out ideas, and I was like, you know who would be dope? LeClaire. Like someone from the Legion of Doom. If we could get any member of the Legion of Doom, that would drive people to go. So prove me right.
Yeah.
And, go to allphly.com right now and put your deposit down. Make sure you come out and on this trip with us, which starts on St. Patty's Day, which is always
that's
a fun
dangerous
day for me. All right. Let us now throw it to that first ad break. Oh, it's tonight. It's tonight, fam. Football is cooking off.
Go Birds.
Football is kicking off. Go Birds. And you got that friend who wants to have everybody over. He's got a cool setup. He's got all the space. But maybe, just maybe, that connection isn't quite right. Well, that's a fan fail right there. You have to see for yourself with Xfinity how to fix this problem. If you don't have Xfinity, you are not watching sports the right day because it's the right way, because it's the ultimate sports destination. You can find the best games, all my favorite teams, all in one place. And the way you watch, it's next level. It is a fan flex, not a fan fail. You get all the action right in your living room. Plus, Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K. It's so clear, it feels like I'm in the arena. Sometimes you just want to get 4 games going at once because you can. Well, you can do that. Who doesn't love the quad box? A great feature of Xfinity. On top of that, you get real-time notifications and live stats right on the TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. So next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box. And while we're here, let me tell you about that Ford Explorer. You know I'm a big fan of the Ford Explorer, and who isn't? It's America's all-time best-selling SUV. It's got a legacy of family, trust, and performance, and right now, the Explorer is just knocking it out of the park. It offers 3-row seating for up to 7 passengers, great for families and road trips. Comes with a choice of 3 different powertrains, including a hybrid for better fuel economy. It's packed with Ford Copilot, a suite of advanced driver assist features. It's got that over 12-inch digital instrument cluster, adds a high-tech feel to the driving experience, has the Sync 4 infotainment system as well, terrain management system so you can select drive modes like snow, sand, tow, haul, so much going on. It's got over almost 90 cubic feet of cargo space. You got to check out the Ford Explorer. I don't know what else to tell you. It's built for families, but ready for adventure. A true do-it-all SUV. For more information, visit your local Ford store. All right, Hinks.
Yep.
So we got all that stuff out of the way. The huge news of J.R. Avon to Seattle for Tucker Robertson.
Yeah.
They did share. What I'll say, I did just think of this. They did turn an undrafted guy into a former 4th-round pick. Value?
That is value.
Younger, maybe? Just a thought. But what I wanted to talk to you about today are the veterans. Our guys.
The old
Coots
dudes.
and the Travi. Couturier, Sanheim, and Konecny, because we have spent so much time this offseason talking about the young guys. Obviously, we're all crazy about Mish, but the prospects as well, guys who could maybe break the roster out of camp. Younger players taking the next step. But they do have, 3 guys signed basically forever who are the leaders of this team, the best players on this team, soon to be supplanted by Michkov, but it hasn't happened yet. And I guess I would say he's better than Sean Couturier at this point.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty easy one to, but these guys are kind of going to be just as big of a part of this potential playoff push that we've heard they kind of want to make as any of the young players, I would say, because they're your highest paid players, the guys who play the most. So I want to talk a little bit about these 3 today.
It's so weird that these 3 are the old guys.
The old
now.
guys, yeah.
That doesn't compute.
No, like we're talking about, that was a long time ago when they made the Richards and Carter trades. Coots has been here a long freaking time.
Longer than anybody else in the city, right?
I think he's the longest tenured athlete in the city now. Yeah, after BG retired, I think it became Sean Couturier. And I just want to get an idea of what our expectations for these 3 are this season.
Okay.
And really what we think of them as leaders, because they are now, it's them.
Yeah.
Scott Laughton's gone. Some of the other guys who'd maybe stepped into roles like Joel Farabee. Obviously, Giroux's been gone forever. It's kind of their show now, and we're all expecting, I think, Travis Sanheim to get the letter that Laughton vacated. So I want to spend some time on these guys. I want to I want to start. I am just not saying words today. I don't know what the problem is. I'm sorry. Hit the like button if you are enjoying me butcher the English language. Sean Couturier.
Yeah.
He'll be 33 in December. And honestly, I would have guessed older. I feel like we've been calling him 35 forever, and he's not there yet.
He's really not old.
He's just aged so much in our minds because of the injury.
And he's been here for so long.
And he has been here since 2011. So, yeah, that's a little while. He put up 15 goals and 45 points last season, over 56% in the faceoff dot. Played under 17 and a half minutes a game, which was one of the lowest totals, since he turned 20, basically. It was a bounce back year for him, though. I look at that points total, and what's that face?
I gotta stop reading the chat.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Go on.
I thought I said something stupid again.
No, you never say anything stupid.
I say a lot of stupid stuff. Short, for instance.
That's funny, though.
15 goals, 45 points. It is a far cry from the 70-point Selke winner we knew for that brief stretch prior to the injury when he had really broken out and established himself as a #1 center in this league. But if you think back to prior to that breakout, 45 points is like what we were begging him for. Now, obviously, the contract comes into play now, and that's not enough. But I was really encouraged with what we saw out of Couturier last year. He was effective with Michkov. He was able to use his body to get to the net. 15 goals isn't a huge total, but it's not as if really anyone on the team scored. It was just really Michkov. That was it.
That was it.
Him and Forster, they scored all the goals. And I am cautiously optimistic that he's going to be able to keep up what he was last season, at least for the immediate future. What he is 3 years from now, who the hell knows? But coming into this season, how are you feeling about Coots?
I'm feeling very optimistic. I think what we saw out of him at the end of last season, and you also have to remember, last season he was clearly not working under the ideal conditions. The coach actively hated him.
Yes.
For whatever reason.
Very obvious.
Yeah, like vocally, publicly, did not like him. So, you know, you have to think that kind of weighed on him a bit and probably affected his play on the ice. And then the reduced ice time, obviously, that's going to be a factor too. I'm really optimistic that he's going to be a very effective player for this team. Is he going to be 1C Sean Couturier? No, never again. Like that's gone. It's
Even
done.
if he never got hurt, he's 33.
Exactly.
Like, that's just not what happens.
Right. Like, if Sean Couturier is our best center, we got a problem. So, like, you know, we got problems.
This is why they're constantly trying to address the position.
But yeah, I was very, very happy with what I saw from him last year. And it made me feel a little bit better. I know we always talk about the contract, but I really don't think it's as much of an albatross as people want it to be.
Finally, with the cap going up,
yes,
you're able to get a little bit of relief. And if he can be maybe a little better, because that's Kevin Kurz's question. He wrote an article today, one question for each player on the team. And read the article. I took the questions for these three guys. But his question for Coots is, will he be better away from Torts? And he did have one of the more productive, yes, there's the 3 huge seasons where he was playing with Giroux. He's a Selke finalist. He wins one. Other than that, last season, 45 points, one of the best years of his career.
Right.
Do you think he can be better now that he's, one, playing for a coach who doesn't dislike him, we don't think, maybe in a style that suits him a little better, like a rush-based offense with a guy who was slow when he was 18.
Yeah, not
who's
great.
Now missed a season and a half with a back injury and is in his 30s. Maybe not the best thing for him.
Yeah.
I do think there's a possibility he can carry over his level of play from last year.
Right.
And with the new coaching, be more productive.
You read my mind. Like, I think that he's going to keep up the level, but the conditions are going to be better for him. So, like, there really is no outcome outside of it's going to be better than last year. Like, didn't he play 4th line left wing for like 3 games?
Was it the home opener he dressed as 4th line left wing?
I mean, like, I don't think Takit's going to do that.
I think there are positives that could be taken out of the John Tortorella situation.
Yeah.
What he did with Couturier seemed
not one of them.
I don't want to say cruel because like these are grown-ups, but like
it felt unnecessarily personal.
Yeah, like why you being a dick?
Yeah.
Like this is why you're doing this to the guy. He's been here forever. You can't get rid of him. That's the other thing. It's like, if you're trying to force him out, you can't. No one's taking that contract, especially while the coach is playing him as a 4th line left winger.
And also, like, I mean, obviously I don't talk to these dudes, but Charlie does, and Charlie says he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, what's your problem, dude?
Yeah, so I am cautiously optimistic about what he can be. Now, you said if he's your best center, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think that applies much more to the future. This year, you have him with Michkov again?
I think you gotta try a bunch of stuff. So I don't know, maybe it ends up there. If for some reason it doesn't work with Zegras, if Luchanko doesn't make the team, and so you're not giving that a try. Like, I think that there needs to be a lot of experimentation with, because we've got some new guys at center. So the new guys and Michkov, see what sticks. If it ends up being Couturier, I think that's fine. And I don't think that that means that he's our best center. I think that just means that you're like putting the pieces that you have at your disposal in the best place for the good players to succeed. Like, that to me would be less about Couturier and more about Michkov.
No, absolutely. I think we saw last year some players struggle to keep up with Michkov mentally.
Yes.
Like, one, it's not as if Misha's super fast, but he does think super
Right,
fast.
he's very
And while
smart.
they are very different players, they have a high IQ. And I think that's one of the reasons Coots was the most effective center with him last year. And I want to see that continue. I also want to see them on the power play together because I think Coots is one of the few guys who can use his body to get to the net and win a battle behind the net, not to mention win a faceoff. That's very important on the power play. And just if they have a not the worst thing you've ever seen power play, he'll score 20 instead of 15 goals.
That is
like that is just a
very
okay.
correct.
So now all of a sudden it's 50 points and we're fine. You know, like
Exactly.
45 little low. Oh, 20 and 50. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's happy.
I'm happy with that.
What is the worst case scenario? Is it
He gets hurt again.
regression and injury?
Yeah.
Like that is
I don't even
that
know
is the thing.
if it's regression because like I really just don't see that happening unless he gets hurt. Like I feel like any regression would be as the result of injury. And the back is just such a bad thing to hurt.
Yeah, everything's attached to it.
Everything's attached to it. You use it all the time. I'm using mine right now.
It's the majority of your body.
Yeah, exactly. Like
back. Like, okay.
If he gets hurt again in the same way at this age, not good.
Yeah, and that's I think one of the more encouraging things was that he was able to he played 79 games last year.
He was
and
fine.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Like that's almost all of them. And he finished strong, which was the other issue. Like he looked okay to start his first year back from injury, and then it just fell off a cliff. Like while yes, John Tortorella was a little over the top in his handling of Coots, like it's not as if that second half of that season wasn't horrendous. That was a concern going into last year. This year, I think he's gonna be okay. Like there's no reason to think he won't be. Yes, it's a contact sport. Anyone could get hurt. But I am encouraged by what I saw out of him last year, his ability to play 74 and then 79 games 2 years in a row. I brought this up a ton of times. He hadn't played a full season since 2018-19. Now, like COVID, short seasons, then the injury. Like just getting your body back into that probably takes some time.
You would think.
Year 2 went a lot better than year 1. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Here's a question I have for you. Do you think that this relatively low time on ice average that he worked out to at the end of the season, do you think that was a factor in the fact that he was able to stay healthy? Like, do you think that maybe limiting him a little bit at this point might be a good way to go?
I want to say this about Sanheim as well when we get to him. Like, no, I don't need Sean Couturier to be like my best center 3 years from now. If he is, again, like no, it didn't work. But I do need him to be somewhat healthy and productive.
Yeah.
So even if it's not like for this season, backing him off so he can be a little more, you look down the line and go, well, all right, man, we're skating on thin ice with him already.
Yeah.
Maybe protecting him a little with some load management. I'm not saying giving, back-to-backs off or anything, but yeah, maybe 17 minutes is just more what he is than the 20-minute guy he was 3-4 years ago.
You got to manage the loads.
Yes, you do, Kelly.
Good for you.
You do, but
for your game.
I wonder, like, I would like to, I didn't go through his game log. Like, I wonder how much is like, oh, he played 20 minutes a bunch, but then there were also games it was like, the coach gave him fourth line minutes, and so that brought down his overall average.
There probably is a lot of that.
I don't think it happened as much as we're thinking, but it stands out so much when it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 17, 18 being the fewest minutes he played since he was, second year in the league, it probably did contribute to him being able to stay healthy and be a little fresher at the end. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
No, probably not.
Yeah, so that's Coots. What is your expectation for him scoring wise this year? Like, is 45 points kind of exactly where you would put him? That's what we wanted out of him for so long.
I think you're onto something with the 50. Because I have to believe, for my sanity, believe that the power play is going to be better.
I just can't allow myself to think it could be as bad or worse.
It has to be better. And even if it's just 5% better, he's going to accidentally score 3 or 4 power play goals over the course of the season. So I think 50 is a pretty reasonable expectation if you are living in a universe in which the Flyers have a functional power play.
If he could score 20 goals and 50 points, I think that is I think it's well within reach just because of all the things we said. Like, hey, if he's playing with Mish and Mish is suddenly an 80, 90-point player, as we're thinking and hoping he is, the guys who are on the ice with him are going to pick up more points. Like, that's just the way that's going to work if he has that breakout season in the power play. So I'm going to go with 20 goals, 50 points,
I like it.
over 55% in the faceoff circle. That's what I need out of him.
Yeah, the faceoffs are the kind of the biggest thing.
He's the only guy who can win a faceoff.
Yeah.
I guess Dvorak now, he's decent.
Yeah.
But Coots, he is still a really good faceoff guy. He did not lose that. Another good sign. Like, that's a lot of bending of the back and 56% last year. I will take that.
Yeah, I would imagine like all of that fighting for the puck. It's probably hard on your back, and he did just fine.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with 20 and I think that's reasonable. It's optimistic, but easily within reach. All right, let's go to TK because I have such trouble categorizing the season Travis Konecny had last year.
It was interesting.
He's 28 years old. He'll be famously 29 on 3/11 day. 24 goals, 76 points. The 76 points were a career high. The 52 assists were a career high, averaged a career high in time on ice. But the 24 goals were a bit of a disappointment coming off back-to-back 30-goal years. You know, he's hit exactly 24 4 times in his 9-year career.
That's weird.
He had those 3 years in a row where he hit 24,
Yeah.
and then like it's just odd. Like never 26, never 28, just always 24,
weird.
and then just jumped right to 30 a couple of years. But would you categorize last season as a down year? Like 50 assists is really freaking good,
especially for a team that doesn't score that
yeah,
much.
that's the other part of it. Who's he passing the puck to?
He was involved in every goal that they scored, evidently.
Looking at Forster and Michkov and TK all in the mid-20s, I'm like, oh, did no one else score? Like, was it just them? And then Tippett got his 20.
He did great.
Well, we might talk about Tippett later. But like, would you call it a down year last year?
A little bit. I think that heater that he went on, what was that, last season?
The first half of this year, he had 20 goals in 41 games.
Okay, was it
he was
the
on
first
pace
half
for
of this
40?
year
Yeah.
You know how I am with time. Yeah, like him, I don't know if it was, so it was one of those things, we talk about this all the time, where like guys get off to a super hot start, and then it kind of fades away, and then that back half that's not as good as the front half makes you think, oh, this is a down year, crappy season, didn't do well. Whereas like if he had just like evenly spread it, or like started slow and then got super hot at the end, we'd be talking about like what a sick year he had or something. I don't know. A lot of it's all really relative.
Yeah, Tyson Forster, one more goal than him last year. It's like, what a year. What a second half he had. It's like, well, he didn't score at all in the first half. Like, that's not good.
Right.
But yeah, no, it is that does stick in our minds more. 4 goals in the final 41 games, though.
Yeah, it's not great.
That is a real drop off. Like, you can be on a PDO heater where just everything you shoot at the net is going in, but it can't go to 0 after that.
He wasn't hurt, right? Because I know we talked about that a lot.
I do think he got banged up at one point.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was like, I mean, he went right to Worlds.
Yeah.
And we never heard about a surgery or anything. So like, I was using that excuse for him for a while because I couldn't come up with any other reason that a guy who's on pace for 40 suddenly wasn't going to crack 25. And I just think I don't know what happened. He just couldn't put the puck in the net.
So the assist stayed up, though.
Yeah.
Like the assist kept coming, and that gets to like a conversation of like, okay, so he wasn't scoring, but he was still a major part of the scoring. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he was just dead on the ice. He was still a factor in games. He was still a major part of the offense. He just wasn't scoring the goals himself. So I think if you look at it that way, you can talk yourself into thinking that he had a pretty nice season. And it's pretty clear from, I think, the assist number specifically, that he's like an extremely important cog in the offensive machine of this team. And you can't really afford to lose him. And I think that's important just because I know like a lot of like you and I were kind of like, they should probably trade him. Like it probably would have been a good idea for them to trade him. They didn't. They signed him.
Yep.
And so now you're stuck with him. And seeing that kind of production, I think, bodes well for the future because I feel like that kind of play doesn't drop off when you get older. You know what I mean?
That's the
Like the crashing the net, like that kind of stuff drops off. But like being able to distribute the puck to the young guys that can score, that's probably not going to drop off.
Yeah, like him being a really rush-based player and scoring so much on the rush, like one day that might not be there.
Yeah.
Being able to contribute in other ways is huge. And there's also just the way we talked about special teams with Coots, like, oh yeah, 5 more power play goals, and suddenly he had 20 and 50, and everything's cool.
Yeah.
You look at the special teams numbers for TK, specifically the shorthanded goals. He had 9 shorthanded goals in the previous 2 seasons combined, just 1 last year. And sometimes that just happens. Like for guys, even for guys who score a ton of shorties, I just brought up Mike Richards' numbers. His career, shorthanded goals, 3, 4, 5, 7, and then all of a sudden 1, and then 3 and 4 again.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's just as simple as that. A few shorties, and it's like, all right, maybe he didn't hit 30, but 28 looks a lot better than 24, and we're all happy.
Yes.
You know, and maybe it's just as simple as that. Kevin Kurz's question, and then we'll do the ad break, Bren. Should he play on the same line as Michkov? That was the actual question Kurz posted about Konecny. I'm having trouble. Like I do think there should be a lot of experimentation, like you said, but there is in my head right now. Now, listen, camp battles and injuries and stuff will shake it up. Like the Cates line, that was really effective,
Right.
And Couturier with Michkov and Konecny was also pretty damn good for a lot of the year.
It was.
It fell off at one point, but then it came back just as strong. I would start with that.
Yeah.
There's going to be moving pieces. That's what happens. But I would definitely start with those two together again.
I think you kind of have to. I mean, starting from what worked last season as a new coach probably makes a lot of sense. That said, now you have, like, I feel like the zegras edition really kind of shakes up the idea that like the lines from last year are going to be the best possible combinations. I think you're going to have to really mix it up, but starting with him on the same line as Meach, not a bad idea.
Yeah, and in my head, the lines are those 2 lines carrying over from last year.
Yeah.
And then Zegras centering Dvorak and Tippett. I think those are the best possible combinations for the top 9. And we'll see what happens with Bump or Luchanko or anything. But that's what I think. So, yeah, to answer that question, yeah, I think so. All right, we'll do a little bit more on TK in a minute. But first, I got to tell you about Ace. At Ace Hardware Home Services, they got that. If you have an outlet you said you'd fix last summer, guess what, man? It's been like 14 months. One more YouTube tutorial isn't going to do it. It's not helping. Watching this show on YouTube, great. But you're not going to figure out how to become an electrician just watching YouTube. That's why you got to call the pros at Ace Hardware Home Services, because not only do they have the tools to get the job done, but they've got the person to do the job as well. From plumbing and electrical to heating and cooling, they've got the trusted pros to keep your home humming all year long at Ace Hardware Home Services, because they're bringing helpful home, the helpful you love from the store, now to your front door, from Philly to the Jersey Shore. Listen, I know you think, okay, it's getting crisp, but there's still going to be some hot days. That AC breaks down. That is going to be a real problem for you. They helped me out with my AC a couple of years ago. It's been running smooth ever since. That's why you got to check out Ace Hardware Home Services. Just visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at acehardwarehomeservices.com to get started on your next project. Now this next one, Righteous Felon. We have a big box of these meat snacks here.
Do you?
They are fantastic. I've been eating 1 or 2 before every show, and I just got to tell you, you should check them out. That's the whole read. No, I actually have to do the thing.
I know what I'm doing post-show.
Are you craving the perfect snack that satisfies your hunger and provides the right amount of protein to fulfill your body's daily needs? Well, we've got the solution for you. It's Righteous Felon beef jerky and meat sticks. Righteous Felon traces its roots back to the hallways of Downingtown Middle School and was officially launched by lifelong friends in their apartment kitchen after college. The Exton, PA-based company has been making all-natural, premium quality, better-for-you meat snacks for over a decade, and they've evolved into the region's preeminent jerky brand. They've got really cool packaging. The flavors are bold and tantalizing. The textures, they are nice and soft, very, very tender. Without question, the best meat snacks around. And I'm telling you, I love meat snacks. I have been scarfing these. Righteous Felon, you might need to send us another sample pack. Just telling you. They're also available at Wawa, where they're running a 2 bags for $10. Best value you'll see anywhere deal. You have to check them out. And if you're the kind of person who wants a deal and snacks delivered to your doorstep, you can order online at righteousfelon.com using discount code PHLY20 for 20% off. They have all kinds of cool variety packs and bundles on the site, so it's also the perfect gift for that special meat snack lover in your life. Again, it's discount code PHLY20 for 20% off your order on righteousfelon.com. We love the meat snacks here.
I personally love a meat snack.
Kelly, if you had to put money on 24 goals or 30 or more goals, what would you bet on for TK this year?
Ooh. I'm entering my typical September psychosis.
September optimism.
So I'm going over.
I would go over as well. And listen, he's been a fast starter, and maybe trailing off a little bit has been an issue for him over the last few years. But I think he has extra incentive to get out to a great start. He wasn't awesome at the Four Nations. And yeah, he got invited to the Olympic camp. But an awesome start to this season could help push him over, into maybe consideration to play for Canada in the actual Olympics.
That's a really good point.
That could be a real motivating factor for him.
I hadn't considered that, but that's a very good point because after getting that little taste at Worlds, that both the Travi want that real bad.
He went to Worlds. You can tell it's like not a great end to the season for TK. Was he hurt? Wasn't on a great scoring pace. And went right to Worlds, wanted to try to make up for Four Nations. He is clearly motivated to try to make this Olympic roster, and I think that bodes well for the goal total. I would guess he's back in that 30 range again. I don't know if he's going to have 50 assists and be a point-a-game player, but I think it kind of comes back to he's a 30-goal guy again.
I think you're right. I'll be surprised if you're not.
That's what I like
as
to
usual.
Yeah. I'm surprised every time I'm right about anything.
Oh, boy.
All right. Now, the other half of the Travi, Travis Sanheim, the team's #1 defenseman, 8 goals and 30 points last year, played 24 and a half minutes. He put up 14 fewer points than he did the year prior when he set a career high, which the team doesn't score. He doesn't really play on the power play. I'm going to get into his minutes in a minute, but how would you assess Sanheim's season? I feel like it started well and then
I mean, if you're just looking at points, I guess I could see being a little bit disappointed, but I think that he was obviously far and away the team's best defenseman.
Oh, by far.
He played practically half of every game reliably and pretty well. And so, it's really hard for me to see what he did on defense and be upset about it. Would more points be better? Sure. More points is always better.
Points are an easy thing to judge.
Right.
27 in the first 57 games, 3 in the final 25. I think it's he needs to be moving the puck more, and that should result in more goals for the team. But he's ultimately not going to be judged on that unless he gets on the power play.
Right.
But I don't see that happening because they have other guys invested in it. And also, he plays more minutes than anyone.
That's
already.
The thing,
he has to come
minutes?
off the ice at some point.
Exactly, yeah. I don't know if he needs more minutes. What we talked about with Couturier, I do worry that you are going to break Travis Sanheim if you continue to play him 25 minutes a night.
On one hand, he'll be ready to do it when they need it in the playoffs, where maybe you shorten that bench. But also, I don't need him to be this right now. Other than just doing it because it gives you the best chance to win every night, and that is important. But also, I don't know, would it kill you to give Jamie Drysdale a few more minutes to get a few more reps out there? Would that be a bad thing? If other guys just took a little bit of that time off of his plate, because these time on ice numbers for the last 2 seasons, Hanks, since they got rid of Provorov, are insane. Over the last 2 years, Sanheim's played over 3,900 minutes. It's the 5th most in the NHL.
Dang.
Behind only Cale Makar, John Carlson, Brock Faber, and Mike Matheson. At even strength, he's played more minutes than anybody.
That's wild.
33, 49, 39. It's 4 minutes and 9 seconds more than Josh Morrissey. This is an insane workload for basically anybody.
Yeah.
And that's kind of he doesn't score. Well, none of these minutes are on the power play. When you look at the top 10 list, he gets the fewest power play minutes of any of these guys. I would like to see it backed off a little bit.
Yes.
And that kind of addresses Kurz's question. Can he avoid SAG late in the season? What if it's 22 and a half minutes instead of 24 and a half minutes?
That's the thing. Like, I don't know if you can expect him not to sag late in the season if they're continuing to play him this much. And I'm wondering, like, if the Tocchet factor could come into play here. Like, perhaps Tocchet will trust other defensemen more than John Tortorella did and not feel like he has to play Travis Sanheim every third minute of the game. Maybe the defense will be a little bit better. Maybe the way that Tocchet coaches them will have them playing better team defense, and then maybe you don't need to rely on Sanheim so much. I think that there's a lot of factors that could come into play here. But I do think that you can avoid him being tired at the end of the season by simply not making him tired at the end of the season.
Just
like,
back
that
it
seems
off
like
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, obviously he's going to play more minutes than anyone else.
He's the number one defenseman right
Obviously,
now.
yes. Yeah. He's going to be the guy playing the most minutes. He doesn't need to be the guy playing the most minutes in the league. Like, maybe that. Maybe we back off of that a little bit.
Like, he's playing more than Cale Makar.
That's insane.
Like, not in total, but at even strength, he is playing considerably more than Cale Makar, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Cale Makar only gets more minutes because he's on the power play.
Yeah, because, like, that teams commit a ton of penalties against that team because they're super good.
Yes.
You know, like, he gets a lot of that
on
time.
Every power play, right.
But, like, I would like to see it backed off a little. And in terms of his production, while points are not the most important thing for him, maybe that was our expectation when he came into the league, but that was, he was drafted 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to be a 40, 50, 60-point defenseman year in and year out. I will say, I am a little interested to see a change in the breakout with Tocchet. I think defensemen are going to skate the puck a little more.
Yeah.
It seemed like under Tortorella, because it was such a rush-based offense, that it was get the puck, block the shot, get the puck up to the wingers who are breaking. We're going to try to get a 2-on-1. That was basically the whole philosophy.
Yeah.
If they're going to be a more possession-based team, I think that could result in him just taking the puck out himself a lot more. And if you're doing that, you're going to score a little bit more. Like, that's just
very
one
true.
will probably go with the other. So I do think we could see a little bit of a bump in his production, but I also just don't expect him to get any power play time unless there's several injuries. Like, they had Rasmus Ristolainen on it last year instead of him at one point, you know?
That's only because
different coach, but
and that was like Risto's thing in Buffalo. I could see why they tried it. But
yeah, Jack Eichel doesn't play for this team now. I know. Yeah,
not yet.
I can see maybe him getting to that like 40-point mark, but I don't think it's going to be him becoming, oh man, he's going to get some Norris votes. Like,
no, I don't need him to be that guy. Really?
No, they just need someone better than him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, then he'd be in the perfect position.
Right.
He would be, if they had one guy better than him, they would be in a great position. But as it is, he's kind of just out there. Listen, he's putting in the work. I commend him for it. He's playing more than freaking anybody. But like, if they could back it off a little and maybe give him a little bit more opportunity to create some offense, because that's the other thing is when you're playing half the game, you maybe don't have all the energy in the world to join the rush in the third period.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Like, maybe that affects the scoring numbers as well. So I think that in total could kind of be his best case scenario. Play a little bit less and be more effective in those minutes deeper into the season.
That's what I would like to see. I would like to see them back it off a little bit, as much as they can, really. And then see what happens, because I do think that there's just no avoiding when you're playing that many minutes for the entire length of the season. There's just no way you're not going to be gassed at the end of the year. And if this is a team that has aims on playoffs, like, you can't have your best defenseman gassed.
Because that's the thing. Then he has to play 25 minutes.
Exactly. He's got no choice.
That's what the playoffs are.
And it's going to be harder 25 minutes. So it's like, maybe now is the time, as the team starts to try to transition into a playoff team, that you start trying to back it off a little bit and figure out how to fill in that gap with what you've got or what you might have coming, and then, figure it out from there.
I've been lukewarm on Sanheim for a lot of his tenure here. I got to say, though, I'm really rooting for him to make the Olympic team.
That would be so
that would
cool.
Be very cool for him. Like, that's got to feel
cool.
And like, it's Canada. Like, this isn't, oh yeah, well, like, obviously Risto's going. Who else? Like,
right.
Right. It's freaking Canada. It's their game.
Yes.
And for him to like have this final like made it moment would be very cool for him. And
It would be cool.
listen, you look at all this, like he's not a guy who needs power play time. He can play either side. Obviously, he has the stamina to take huge minutes. It really sounds like he's going to make the team.
Do you worry that might ruin his Flyer season?
It's always
the boys are going to go hard at these Olympics. It's been a long time since they've been there.
Yeah, this is going to be some really good hockey.
It's going to be so good.
No, I'm definitely
we do some stuff for the Olympics. It's going to be so fun.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry.
We have like 3 weeks off. Like there's no Flyers games for 3
right,
weeks.
yeah.
Maybe take a little trip in there, but I definitely want to do like maybe a post game or two, especially if TK and Sanheim are in it. Like we'll do something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
Watch party or something.
Because this season isn't super important to me. Like in 2010, I was like, I don't care. Like, oh, great, Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
Wins a gold medal. Like, did not care because I wanted the Flyers to win the cup. Since that's not a realistic expectation, I know you're expecting it. But, like, it doesn't bother me as much. But it is like, oh, we're talking about backing off his minutes, and he's going to play a couple extra weeks of games.
Yeah. But, they deserve it. I'm super psyched about this.
Bigger ice surface. It's not like it's the NHL out there. Like, it's the Olympics. It's kind of a no-contact sport, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, it's not the Four Nations where they're just beating each other up.
I can't believe how good that tournament was.
So freaking good. But yeah, I think best case scenario, worst is maybe that's the worst is he makes the Olympics and after that it's a downward spiral.
Yeah, I mean that could theoretically happen. But like you said, this season isn't the one. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Yeah.
I think I'm just like set on what he is. Like I don't think there is a best or worst case scenario for Travis Sanheim. He basically just is.
Yeah, that's
like,
what he is.
He's gonna play 24 minutes and they're probably gonna go okay. Like that's Travis Sanheim, and that is an important thing to have on a team.
Coaches love a reliable dude.
That's I was gonna say no, that's availability, but he's available too.
He's both of those.
He's played more games than any Flyer over the last 3 years. All right. Now I want to talk about the leadership a little bit. Only a few minutes.
Okay.
We're expecting Sanheim to get the A. I assume. They made. I think it was John Bailey wrote the piece. Like, oh, it's him and Couturier at the Xbox unvailing. So perhaps that's a sign. I was like, oh, maybe just a sign they're in town.
I was gonna say they're the two that are here.
But like it would make sense. Like, okay, these are your veteran guys, the kind of the two of the faces of the team. Okay, they're here. The leadership aspect, though, one thing I'm very interested to see is how much this team misses Laughton in the locker room.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Because we did hear a lot from Charlie that he was very much the guy that like brought everyone together.
The older guys, the younger guys, he was kind of the bridge between the two.
Yeah. He was the one making sure nobody was feeling left out. So it'll be interesting with, perhaps a couple of new guys on the team. Without the glue guy, how's that going to work? I don't know.
I will say, like, his main thing seemed to be, like, he was that conduit between the coach and the team that, like, clearly Sean Couturier couldn't be because the coach didn't like him. Didn't talk to him. Yeah. So someone had to do it. Like, if his thing was getting everybody on board, like, maybe not the social aspect, but, like, who he was in the locker room, maybe just because there's no more Tortorella, like that won't be as necessary.
No, you're right. I don't think that they're going to need a go-between for Tuckett, given what we've heard about him as a coach. So that's a good thing.
I wanted to bring up Owen Tippett real quick before we hit overtime. I think we have at least one super chat.
Yeah.
Owen Tippett is 26. He'll turn 27 during the Olympic break. I'm not going to say that month because it seems like it's the only month I ever have to pronounce.
February.
Do we consider him a veteran?
I didn't until you just said these words out loud, and now I'm wondering if I have to.
He's played 232 games as a Flyer over the last 3 years. Only Sanheim, 244, has been in the lineup more. He has been the most consistent, at least in the lineup guy amongst the forwards, second most on the team. We've heard, I think Charlie has mentioned, like, Tippett actually said, okay, Laughton's gone, and like Joel Farabee was kind of one of those guys. I want to step up and maybe assume a little bit more of a leadership role.
Okay.
I think that would be really huge for him. Like, to have a little bit more ownership of the team.
Are you suggesting he get an A?
No.
Okay.
Just be a
guy.
At this point now, with what the team is, he's closer to veteran than young guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the long-term deal. He's played as many games as anybody over the last 3 years. I kind of think he has to be one of those guys. And before we finish this conversation, we're headed to overtime. Go to all makes me laugh every time. Go to allphly.com to keep watching. Yeah, like if he's able to assume that, I think that could be useful. They have lost some guys, like we mentioned. Like, maybe that's another way he could make himself useful to this team.
Yeah, maybe he can take over kind of like that Farabee role, because Farabee was kind of like the social director. Like, everyone stayed at his house, apparently. Like, he was like,
yeah, that's right.
You know, every time that you saw a group of Flyers out anywhere, like at a Phillies game or at the beach or whatever, it was always Farabee there in the middle of it all. So like, maybe Tippett can become that kind of guy, like the Laughton role of bringing everyone together and more of like a social leader, which I do think is important. I think it's important that these dudes like each other.
Yeah.
And if he can kind of assume that role, I think that's probably a good space for him to occupy, because it's not as high stakes as being, you know, one of the official leaders of the team. And it might fit his personality a little bit more, because I think Charlie's told us he's kind of like more of a quiet guy.
He's more of a standoffish, like, I guess I just get a little bit of Dougie Hamilton vibes.
Yeah.
Where it's like just more reserved.
Yeah.
Just more of a reserved guy. Charlie has said he's not like alpha jock.
Right.
Like, that's not the kind of guy he is. And there's all sorts of different personalities in locker rooms. I would like to see him, like, I want him to be more assertive on the ice, and being more assertive in the locker room would maybe be a step in that direction.
I think you're right.
All right. Do you think Nick Seeler could be in the running for an A that we think Sanheim's going to get?
I don't think so, only because, like, is Nick Seeler going to be here all that much longer?
I don't think he would get it, like, instead of Sanheim. The one thing I thought of was, like, the way they've done the alternating, like, on the road, you get it, at home, I get it, like, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They've done that in the past. It was just something I thought of, because he is kind of, like, the backbone of this, like, he's the guts of this team.
So this is one of those things where I feel like the actual letters are more like symbolic rewards for particular guys, whereas like being an actual leader doesn't really require you to be named to the leadership group. I'm sure Nick Seeler seems like a guy that's probably doing some yelling in the locker room when things aren't going well.
It seems like,
in a good way. I mean,
it seems like he's yelling constantly.
You're right.
He's either hunched over in pain or yelling.
Yeah. So I would imagine he's already a leader and doesn't really need to be given a letter to show that. And I think that, like, when you think about earning a letter, I think that Sanheim has done that more than Seeler.
And I just think it makes sense, like, for those three to be the guys.
Yes,
like,
because they are going to be here till the end of time.
They're not going anywhere.
Nope.
Sanheim has already said, I'm not waving. No one would take Coots. And TK, they want him.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like, these are the guys. These are the guys who are going to be here.
Yeah.
And they're all decent. Like, it's not as if these guys are terrible.
No, they're good players.
I am a little bit more optimistic about the veteran leadership group than I was, like, before I sat down and thought about this today.
Oh, that's good.
I sat down and was like, oh, man, like, are these guys good enough? You know what? I think they could all play a really good role, just in terms of being dudes who, they haven't been on big playoff runs, but they've dealt with a lot of crap.
They sure have.
They've dealt with how many GMs and coaches.
They've been through wars together.
Like, they survived John Tortorella.
Yeah.
They survived COVID together. Like, these were the guys who were, you know, like, in the bubble together when they actually were in the playoffs that one time. Yep. So I think overall, I'm starting to get that excitement about what this season could be, Kelly.
Oh,
I'm still worried about the goaltending, but my optimism is building that this season could at least be, like, more fun than last year, because only Michkov was fun last year.
Yeah, I'm ignoring the goaltending until I can't ignore it anymore.
Just pretend it's not a problem.
Everything else, very excited about it.
All right, let's hit that super chat. I think we have just the one. Someone, didn't this happen last time? Like, one person figured out how to send the super chats instead of donating. Donate to Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
I just realized YouTube is back to using people's actual names and not the weird apps.
Yeah, you can actually see what their names are. From David Shub, not sure how to prove it, but Sanheim takes dumb game-losing stick penalties. Wish he'd just play the body instead of hooking / slashing.
Sounds like you got a game tracking project on your hands, bud. Go back and watch all of them and see if you're correct.
I do feel like part of the he's slowing down. He might be a little tired last year. It's like he's reaching a little bit more.
You certainly
He's
do
still-
that.
I mean, yeah, you're hunched over and you can't just get shoulder on the chest. So maybe you're a little behind and you reach. I do think that may have been part of it, Leah. I don't think you're I don't think you're making it up, David. All right. That is all the time we have for you on PHLY Flyers today. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for hanging out. If you haven't already, hit the follow button. Subscribe right here on YouTube. Maybe even think about becoming, what's the thing called?
Supporters Club.
Supporters Club. Maybe even think about becoming a member of the Supporters Club.
We have so many inside jokes.
It's going to be really cool. We're going to have some bonus content for you, behind the scenes stuff. Check that out. Make sure you hit the like button. 104 likes. That's okay. But yesterday got 286 and people were mad at us yesterday. So let's boost that number up. Let's boost that number up because we have to beat Charlie's shows. That's the goal every day this week. Follow us on all the socials. Are you mimicking my hand motions?
Don't tell Charlie we said that, by the way.
Follow us on all the socials. We're at PHLY_Flyers on Twitter, and follow the podcast wherever you get those. Just search PHLY Flyers. I am Bill Matz. That's Kelly Hinkle. Until tomorrow, go Birds.
We all silly like the mayor.